It is January 29th, 2025 at 8:51 p.m. 22 days since Cookie was put to sleep. As a recap, we got Cookie May 7th, 2022 when he was 8 weeks old. He was diagnosed early in his life with a heart murmur, and he developed a strange condition where he was constantly congested, like sneezing, globs of snot everywhere, and it was just a whole thing that we couldn't get rid of. My mom was confident it was allergies. I knew it had to be something else because sometimes he would get antibiotics and it would clear right up for a week. So it doesn't make any sense for allergies to disappear after antibiotics get given. But nothing you can do when your parents don't believe you. December 2024, we found Cookie laying under the Christmas tree with weight loss, lethargy, wasn't eating, wasn't drinking, wasn't meowing or purring, yellowing, pale gums, and so the next day we brought him to an ER. Everything that could be bad with his medical levels was bad. Red blood cell count, white blood cell count, platelets, I think it's called biloflavin. If it was bad, it was bad. And it was a miracle he was still alive. I think his red blood cell count was 6 or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. Something was 6, and it was not supposed to be. They were going to put him down that very day, but instead they decided to give him 0.4 milliliters of doxycycline and 5 milligrams of prednisolone. That's what they prescribed him twice a day, every 12 hours. And so he came home. And he recovered amazing on the medication. He perked right back up, went back to his old, super cuddly, super snuggly ways. Even his congestion cleared up. He was no longer our snotty little boy. He was just happy. December 7th, 2025, we went for a vet appointment early in the morning with my dad. They did a check on him, and they said that everything was looking good. Their only concern was his CBC, I guess it's like collective blood cell count or something, was only at 26%, and they wanted at 30. They weren't sure why he hadn't gotten to 30 yet, but to them that said that he had somewhat stagnated on his recovery, which meant that they wanted to do more tests to figure out conclusively what was wrong with him. Other than that, he came right home. Happy as can be, no problems at all. So I woke up a few hours later, gave him a quick kiss and a pet, told him I loved him, and I left the house at 12:20 to go do some errands. I came home at about 3:50 to find him on my brother's bed, sitting on my brother's bed. He was breathing really heavily. He had his mouth open, and he had this crackly, wheezy breathing sometimes, like when a child gets that like really bad cough and you can hear all the crackling in their neck or in their throat. It was like that. And so we rushed him to an ER that very night, where they said Cookie was in heart failure. Their theory was that he had Evans syndrome and a weak heart at birth, and the medication just made his heart worse. They said it would be $2,000 to $3,000 to hospitalize him, that it would take 6 to 12 hours for the medication to kick in. But with everything he had already gone through, they said it was probably time to talk about putting Cookie to sleep. And so on January 7th, 2025, I made the choice for Cookie to go to sleep. Then at 8 p.m., the doctor came in, gave him a shot, and he went to sleep, and he never woke up. And my baby boy was gone. About a week later, I was able to talk to his vet about what happened, his primary vet, and she said she was not a fan of the Evans syndrome idea, that she didn't think that's what it was, and that one of two things had happened that night. Either it was heart disease, or it was a blood clot. If it was heart disease, the optimistic outlook for cats with heart disease is about a year. It's more typically a couple of months, but they have to be on several medications. They get multiple vet checkups. She said her patients that had heart disease were not very happy, which I interpret as her saying that they're miserable. If it was a blood clot, she said I could walk into any hospital on earth with $1 million and there's nothing anyone could do about it. The way I look at things now is that I didn't have a choice about saving Cookie. If I had hospitalized him, he likely would have died that night from the blood clot, if it was a blood clot. If it was heart disease, there was no guarantee any of the medications would work and he would have died anyway. Or he would have come home, been miserable for a couple months and died anyways. The way I see it now is I didn't have a choice about whether or not he would live. I feel like that decision was made for me. Cookie was going to die no matter what. The only thing that I changed was whether or not I would be there to say goodbye. If it was a blood clot, he would have died in the hospital while I was at home. If it was heart disease, there's a good chance that he may have died in the hospital overnight, or maybe a week later, or even a year later, he would maybe die at home while I was at work or somewhere else. But by putting him to sleep, I was able to look him in the eyes and pet him, and I just told him I loved him over and over and over again. And I didn't stop saying I love you until the vet said his heart stopped. Because if there was anything I wanted, it was for his last moment to be looking at me and hearing that I love him. Because I do. Things are still hard. It's been 22 days now, almost a month since Cookie's gone. I haven't gotten any calls or emails or texts or anything in from Final Gift about his cremation or stuff like his paw prints or the clay things or anything. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna be sometime next week that stuff is gonna come in, which gives me time to look into some incense and to, earn some more money at work to start figuring out paying off his bills. I still owe $1,700 total or something, with my credit cards, and then one outstanding bill at the hospital he was put to sleep at. But I have my tax return eventually coming in, so that should help clear up most of the bills. I'm still looking into financial things. I make $16 an hour at retail, so I don't make a lot of money. So what I want to do is I want to look into smart financial moves, I guess, like high yield savings and everything, so I can hopefully start, preparing to have some kind of passive income with the safe options, just in case this happens again. I have something to fall back on, because the vet bills wiped out everything I had. And it means that right now I can't take Lucy to go to the vet to get checked out because of her stress, which sucks because I want her to go, but I have a credit card payment coming up that it's gonna take $100, and then I gotta have enough money saved up so I can clear off some of the space on my credit card, so I can then pay off the outstanding bill, so I can then pay off when the tax return comes in, and then after that, once everything's cleared up, then I can start saving up to take Lucy to the vet, and I don't have any pet insurance, so it's all out of pocket. So that's why I want to look into things like, high yield savings, and I think they're called a brokerage account or whatever, those websites that automatically, you put money into it and they just kind of do whatever with it, and you gain money over time if things are good, one of those. So I just put money in it and just leave it alone, and if something like this happens again, I can just take it all out and have it as a backup for bills for my pets, so I can make sure they're well cared. Because I don't want this to happen again, where it's oh, I have all these bills, all these payments to do, but they need medical treatment you know? So, I mean, it just kind of sucks. The only way I'm going to make more money is if I leave my job that has the hours I want, any schedule I want, all my like friends and coworkers that are really cool, like everyone there is cool, to work some 40-hour work week job that would like crush my mind, body, and soul with like no time or anything, but it would be higher pay. So I'm kind of stuck in the, do I want to live or do I want to make money, you know? And it's a hard choice to make. So I guess in regards to the other animals in the house, Posey and Lucy are doing okay. Let's go see them actually. This was here from yesterday. It had, we got a new cat. My mom's choice, not mine. She didn't consult me, so. This had the new cat scent on it, so I put it here on the floor by the food, so when the cats would come over, they would get the scent. So they didn't have a choice, so they can kind of start getting used to it and associating it. Like, oh, okay, I can eat with this scent here. That's my thought anyway, is if they get the scent while eating, they may not be as concerned by her when they meet her. They're in bed right now. There's Lucy, snoozing. Hey, baby. There she is. And there's Posey. That's her new sleeping spot. So I sleep right there on that side of the bed, the far right, and she sleeps right next to me, and I wake up every morning with her, and it's very nice, because I enjoy having a Posey in bed with me. Having her is also very nice, but she sleeps here on this blanket or pillow I gotta wash eventually. And in case you're wondering, Cookie's blanket is still under here. For those that don't know, Cookie loved that blanket. Whenever I was sitting here at my desk, Cookie would come up right here, and he'd meow and trill at me until I got up and I grabbed that blanket, and I would put it on, and he would hop up in my lap, and he would flop over on his side, and he would make biscuits, and you can see in some of the thumbnails him sleeping on that blanket. Day 16, day 14, day 12, that's that blanket, and that's just the way he liked it. Day 7, day 4 has him sleeping on it. Day 3 is me holding him with the blanket. So that's his blanket, and that's how much he loved it. So I have it covered up by that blanket just that way the other cats don't get into it, because it's his. When I build his altar, I plan to lay it down like the altar cloth and put everything on it, just so he always has it. And I always point this out. That's clean. Don't worry. It's just that when I was cleaning out my dresser a long time ago, sorting out the old clothes and figuring out what clothes I was keeping, that was really old, like really worn down clothing I was gonna just get rid of. So I put it to the side on the floor so I wouldn't accidentally put it back into my dresser or something. But Cookie started to sit there, so I just left it for him. But it's just another thing I gotta get rid of, I guess. It's just hard to get rid of it knowing that he liked that spot. And that once it's gone, that little trace of him is gone with it. But I can't just keep old, worn down clothes I don't wear on the floor, you know? It just sucks. But yeah, new kitty's doing okay. I still don't have a name for her, but she's still a lot like Cookie. She's just still very skittish. I have to introduce her to the cats in here sometime, just letting them see her. Not, you know, setting her down on the floor, closing it, and just letting the Hunger Games happen. But, you know, holding her, letting them at least get a look at her, and then taking her back out. Because I plan to, you know, mostly have her in here, because she's my cat. And I don't think the other cats are going to like her. I, of course, won't just trap her in here all her life. I'll let her roam and everything. It's just, I want to make sure she's able to come in here safely without having to worry about Lucy, who's very territorial and does not like other cats. The fact that she's sleeping that close to Posey, it's kind of a miracle. That never really happens. But we do have the Feel-Away pheromone diffuser. That's probably helping. That's about it. I guess I'll end this video with 2 messages, and one is for you at home, the viewer. Thank you for watching. I've been seeing all the videos have been getting more and more views, which is nice to see. I saw yesterday's video. Day 22 has 85 views, which is pretty crazy. I didn't think anyone would really see any of this, but I imagine it's the YouTube algorithm pushing out smaller channels. I've noticed that with my own YouTube recommended as I'll get a bunch of stuff I watch and then like 1 or 2 random videos that have like only a few views. So I guess this is making its way into people's recommendations. Probably from me uploading every day, but I just want to thank you for watching and taking the time to watch, even if you don't watch the whole thing. It's so nice to have you on this journey. My last message, of course, is for Cookie. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Minnie Moon. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you know I love you very much. I love you very, very, very much. If there's anything you ever need from me, please let me know. I'll do whatever I can to help you out, even if you're far away on the other side of the Rainbow Bridge. I thought you were coming home this week, but I guess it'll be sometime next week, which, as long as you come home, I'm okay with that. I'll wait as long as I have to. I hope you have everything you need and you want. Blankets and toys and hugs and kisses and pets and snuggles and food and comfy sleeping spots where you are. I hope you have everything you want and more. I've been working to take care of everybody. Like your half-sister Posy and Lucy. I think you would have liked the new kitty. You two are very much alike, and I like to believe that you sent her to us. Just to say, I still love you, because of how much alike you two are. But of course, there's no replacing you. No matter what, you're gonna have a spot here, in my home and in my heart, and in my life and in my world. There's a place for Cookie, my little Minnie Moon. I love you 3000. I love you to the moon and back. I love you with all those lines and sayings and phrases and more. I love you with all of my heart and everything that I am, and ever will be, and ever have been, Cookie. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I hope you're happy. I hope you're resting well. I hope everything's going okay. I hope you're at peace. And I hope you know that I love you very much. And that I miss you very much. I'd give you the world if I could. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Hugs and kisses. I miss you so much, Minnie Moon. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug. Hugs and kisses. I love you, Cookie.